What is up, everyone? Today's sign language word is pain. Is it pain? For no reason whatsoever. It's actually been a pretty rough week. Yeah, like I don't know what it is. T-Mobile is deciding to just sort of bleed me out of money. I don't understand that. Like it shouldn't. I feel like phones shouldn't be phone bills shouldn't be triple digits, especially because I don't really like. I barely text on it. I mostly use it as like my my PC away from my PC. Uh, I don't. I don't get it. Like I don't make international calls. I barely text on it. Like I normally like just text my mom or like my brothers or something. But like triple digits, bro. Come on, man. Like why y'all bleed me like that? Like I don't like I don't understand. There's just some things I feel like just should not be expensive. And I feel like a cell phone is one of those things. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we're going to make stuff expensive, at the very least, and I'm going to always say it, if we're going to make stuff expensive, at the very least, make it so that, like, poor people like me can afford it. That's all. That's how you bump up the economy. Make poor people afford things. Or make politicians work for minimum wage. Shout out to Proman 500 for saying something I've been begging for years. I mean, when he says it, it gets it gets attention. Uh, as I've always said before, I'm not a good person, but I really want to be, and I feel like that qualifies for something because so many people want to be the villain, they want to be the evil guy, they want to be the jerk. It's like I don't want to do that. First off, those things are like just heavily. Is that? Hold on. Is that my nose? Ah, man. It's like because my nose is not that shiny, and I'm not sweating or nothing. So it's just like the light is literally just going off of the center of my nose, and it's just like see, like look the shadow. That's so aggravating. Um, but yeah, though it doesn't make sense for stuff to be so expensive. But yeah, as I brought up earlier, I want to be a good person, but I'm not a good person. I don't consider myself to be a good person. Like I do want to be though because I live in a world where everybody wants to be a jerk, everybody wants to be a bully, everybody wants to be the villain because it's funny and it's cool and fiction made being a villain look so cool that now nobody wants to be even nice to each other anymore. So I would like to actually be one of the few nice people just because of how counterculture it is. It's like you're saying that if people were mean to each other, if people were nice to each other, you'd be mean because it's counterculture? Absolutely not. If people were nice to each other, then I wouldn't need a reason to be mean. You know what I mean? Like like if people are treating me kindly, why would I want to like just ruin that? That makes no sense. It's like I said, I always sort of like judge knowledge by like kindness. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're a mean person, I just think you're too dumb to know how to be nice to people. Because societies have always been sort of established by how well everybody kind of works together. So it's like if you just outwardly refuse to work with someone, or you choose to just sort of take advantage of someone and harm someone, you're not exactly. I don't think you're smart. I think you're. I just think you're a dumb a hole. Sorry for swearing. I try my best not to do that too often. Yes, okay. Has it gotten better? Uh, as per usual. Okay, so I'm gonna do this too since I did say I was gonna do this. Obviously, I'm keeping this side at least moderately kept up because this is the obviously orange, green, red, blue, yellow. I have absolutely no clue how to solve that thing. Like I said, I've kind of just been sort of, a little bit of learning and a little bit of nude, which that when I say I'm doing something nude, I don't mean I'm doing something without my clothes on. I mean I'm doing something without. just I'm just winging it. I'm just doing it. But I do need to find a better word for that. I have been trying to like actually like I realize now that I'm really big on etymology and I like learning what makes words and it's really starting to like get more and more complicated because like I try my best not to say the word freaking anymore because like as racist as America is, it's kind of like I mean wouldn't it be kind of obvious if the word freaking came from African and people just decided to use it as a negative term? You know what I'm saying? Because African, a freaking, you know, that's a freaking thing. You know what I'm saying? It just sounds too close to not be a racist colloquialism. So I want to actually find another word for it. So I learned about Leopold, who is basically my people's version of another person who committed a genocide on a certain person. I don't want to say his name but I will spell it out. Hit. Never mind. But Leopold, who is our that guy, um, you know. So whenever I want to say, instead of saying freaking, I say Polden. So that's a Polden thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, I'm breaking myself into saying it, but like, I'm breaking myself into saying it more often, and I'm hoping that it becomes a thing. I'm hoping that like it sounds weird to say out loud, but probably so did freaking when people started saying it. So yeah, that's a Polden. It's a Polden bust, man. Or either that or a Leonin, something like that. Like the whole idea is that I'm trying to like demonize and sort of like make Leopold's name correlate with something terrible, just like how the racist people probably did for my people. It's complicated, but it's a work in progress. So there's that. Good job. Thank you. Next up, but like I said earlier, I'm flawed. I want to just go ahead and just talk about that real quick because I am heavily flawed. One of the worst things about me is that like I would never say that like because I have like really 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 crippling depression and I don't like the idea of the internet debates and everything on the internet is a debate now. So I would never say that I'm great or like I'm good or like I'm even decent or anything. Like, and it's not because I'm being modest, it's just because of the fact that I don't want because it's because of the fact that I'm not good at most things. You know what I'm saying? I would never say that I'm good at most things. It's like if I can do if I could do something and get a good result every time, like 50 times, I can get that thing, a perfect result 50 times in a row, then I'm doing that thing. I'm good at that thing. But I don't think there's anything I could do 50 times in a row and do correctly and perfectly 50 times. So, until I can find that thing, I will say that I'm good at that thing. But I will say that I do like learning things. I will say I do like understanding things. And I'm not afraid to admit that I do have flaws. I'm not afraid to admit that my flaws are very prevalent. Um, you know, but one of my worst flaws is actually, and this is one that is probably going to ultimately kill me down the line. Is I compare myself to other people. I am very, very, very bad at that. I'm very bad at doing that because like I always compare my lowest low to somebody else's highest high, and I'm convinced that they're always at their highest. They're always operate like they sleep at 100%. You know what I'm saying? They wake up at 100%. They go throughout their day at 100%. Meanwhile, I'm just barely hanging on. I mean, like look at me, look at how I live. It's not that bad. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but it's just a little frustrating to know that like it could be better. Sure, but that's everyone. Well, I mean, like, what about? Okay, so I mean, not everyone. There's a whole bunch of rich people out there that are actually doing really well for themselves. You don't know that. Sure, they can be miserable. Yes, miserable with a yacht, a mansion, and all the freedom in the world to do whatever they want to. Sometimes happiness is perceived differently for everyone. You really need to take that into consideration. Not everyone has happiness the same way. I really am getting educated by a talking dog. That you are voicing for. Fair point. Stop comparing yourself. You're okay. You're doing fine. You know what? I really appreciate that. You just need to tell yourself that. Say it. I'm okay. I'm doing fine. Good job! Thanks. It is a work in progress, but I guess I can say I'm doing better. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it here because I am tired and I gotta go back to work in the morning. Love, peace, happiness, and safety to every single person out there, and um, estoy aprender español. So I probably might do like a Spanish word of the day as well as a um, sign language word of the day. La palabra de la día, quién. That means who. Por ejemplo, um, quién estos? Who is that? Y'all be easy out there.